Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Serpentor and Chariot figure from Hasbro. Is this figure worth both the price and the hype? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, both Serpentor and the Chariot look positively gorgeous and damn near perfect. And you know, I've got to say, I've always loved the Serpentor character and look, and unfortunately I never had the original figure, but I mean, it's a dude dressed in the nines and absolutely ostentatious snake garb, so of course I'm going to be into it. And yeah, just they nailed the look here, especially even just the tones. So we can see like the scale textures throughout pretty much the entire thing. They just look awesome, especially with the kind of underbelly pattern here with the gold. And speaking of that, as going back to the tones, the gold, kind of mustardy gold plastic with the brilliant gold for the underbelly just looks great. It pops on the shelf. It looks as regal as it should. That brings us to the face sculpt, and as you can see, we have this really nice scowl going on. Details with everything just look almost alive, and we get some really nice red cornea for the eyes, and then this nice brilliant silver for the teeth, and just everything pops as it should. And we come to the cape and we get this nice scaled texture as well. So again, just the commitment to the theme is so impressive. It's honestly what makes all the Cobra characters so much fun. So that is Serpentor himself, and then we get to the Chariot, and I mean, they absolutely slathered this in detail, as you can see. I mean, you know, we've got that same gold pattern with both the kind of the duller gold and the brilliant gold. We got some details here on the side of the hood, and you know, even inside the mouth. Well, actually, it's not really painted or anything like that, but we come to the sides and just all this sort of mechanical detail. All the like warning signs are there, even some that are a little bit more kind of obscure, and yeah, just everything. They did not spare any expense here. You can see all the dials are in there. There's textures on the foot pads. The guns are fully textured. Even the bottom, just everything they approached as if this was a real item, and that's very much commendable. So honestly, the aesthetics are absolutely a 10 here. We get a really fun group of accessories, so let's take a look at what we've got, and we'll actually start off with the snakes. And first off, we just get a realistic Cobra, which looks very, very nice. A little sloppy on the paint around the mouth, though I guess that could be blood. And yeah, other than that, just like looks nice. Could have used a wash, I guess, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain. The sculpt is absolutely beautiful, and yeah, it just looks very nice. Then we get a second snake, which is kind of more of a just kind of straight green. I heard this was bendy. I guess I heard other people say that, but it does not hold any sort of shape except straight. So this might be something else, and if you know definitively, please let me know. But still kind of cool to have it. So as you can see, just yeah, scale textures all around and such. Then we get two different hoods. We get the one on his head, which is one complete piece, as we saw up close in aesthetics. And then we get a two-piece, so you can actually articulate the head. And this will be on the next section, so you can kind of see how that works. But you know, we see the hood and it just kind of plugs into the kind of base of the neck and the back. And then we have the top piece, which is painted just as the other hood is. So there's that. Then we get a couple of, our weapon assortment. So first we get a sword. So in that kind of dull, mustardy gold with a nice Cobra head at the hilt. And then we get this really nice, brilliant silver and some nice detailing here in the blade. And that looks absolutely fantastic. We even get a jewel here at the bottom. So that's a nice touch, and only one on one side. Then we get his staff. And as we can see, once again, the Cobra head. Commitment to the theme coming back once again. Some nice details all around. Just kind of a plain staff piece, and then a jewel here at the bottom with this kind of cool tooth look to it. So that's awesome. And then we get two kind of fang wrist blades. So here we have the retracted, as you can see those details in there. It definitely looks mechanical, which is a very, very nice touch, I think. And then we just get the extended ones, which is the exact same base, just the blades are longer. So that's it for accessories. Articulation here is both beautiful and fluid, so let's break it down. As you can see, it can hold a freestanding kick, which always makes me happy. And start at the head. So we have the ball joint at the base of the head. We have a separate piece at the neck, which seems to be a ball joint as well. So we can look down that far and look up that far. Of course, this is with a separate hood. And we get tilt for days. So we get a full free range of motion when we have the separate piece hood on, which is very, very, very nice. And we come down the shoulders. We actually have some butterfly joints, which are actually more generous than a lot of the Classified series. Come to the shoulders, and we are coming up not quite to our T, but that's just because Serpentor's delts are absolutely swole. And we come to the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, bringing us to about there. Again, the swollenness and the sculpt kind of gets in the way. We have hinge and swivel at the wrist, not too much. Actually, all horizontal, of course, because there are only one set of hands, but I also want to mention here that the pegs are very, very short, so be careful when you're articulating, because they come out, at least the left hand, for mine does, comes out very, very easily. Then we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, a ball joint at the waist, which is my favorite torso articulation scheme, and so we can get that far forward, that far back, and of course we get tilt as well, so we get pretty much full range there. Hips are on drop downs as they are with the rest of the Classified series. Perfect splits, and that also allows us to get a full big boot out. We also have thigh swivel. We have double jointed knees, which do go a little bit past. As you can see, the sculpt's gonna get a little bit in your way, so we're just past 90 there. Come to the boots, we do have boot swivel. We get perfect point, not really any forward, and then some perfect rocker. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Classified series figures, with some other Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Serpentor and Chariot is that, to answer my question at the beginning of the video, yes, it is absolutely worth the price, it is absolutely worth the hype. This is easily one of the best Classified Series figures, first, absolutely for my taste, and yeah, just the articulation is fantastic. The attention to detail to both Serpentor and the Chariot is just incredible, and yeah, overall, I cannot recommend it enough. Unfortunately, this was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive earlier this year, and so I think as of this recording, it is not available. However, Hasbro has been known to put these things back up. Not only that, but Serpentor will undoubtedly see a mainline release, obviously without the Chariot, and we'll see with what combination of accessories from there. So yeah, I'd say if you missed out on this, you know, hold tight. Either there'll be a re-release or a reissue or whatever, or there will be the mainline release of Serpentor that will absolutely be worth picking up. So keep your eyes peeled and definitely stay vigilant. So yeah, with all of that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that good stuff. And yeah, join me every week for various reviews of, you know, Toku, dinosaurs, monsters, and wrestling figures. And with all of that being said, I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.